It's DSP's Game of the Year Awards 2013, the top 10 best games of the year. Honorable mention, Deadpool the video game. Now I'm probably going to get some flack for this one too, but let me speak my piece. Deadpool the video game, if you are a fan of Deadpool in the Marvel Comics universe, is probably one of your picks for one of the best games of the year as well. This game is the perfect shining example that it's not about the gameplay or the substance. A lot of the times it's the style and the execution and the understanding of the source material that can make an excellent gaming experience. I'll be honest, the gameplay of Deadpool is incredibly repetitive, isn't very interesting, and it's stuff that you've done in other games before. But the fact that the writing of the game nails the Deadpool character to a T, that there's actually internet memes and funny cultural jokes and all kinds of stuff going on in this game, along with the crude sexual humor that Deadpool is all about, the game is absolutely hilarious, regardless of the fact that I gave the game a rating of below a 7 this year. I think if you're a fan of Deadpool, you're going to love the game, and I needed to give it a shout out, at least as an honorable mention, because it is that good of a mastering of the source material, being true to the character, and it's absolutely hilarious. So again, if you're a fan of Deadpool, check out the game, check out my playthrough. You're gonna bust the gut laughing. It's that good. And back to the countdown now with number 5, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. And so what a story we have for the Assassin's Creed franchise. After having 3 games all set with the same protagonist, Ezio Auditore, and then having finally another installment of the game finally released last year with Assassin's Creed 3 and the new protagonist Connor, only a year later we jump into a completely different storyline with Edward Kenway, who is actually a pirate. Now a lot of people, when they heard about this game, groaned and said, oh god, pirates, that's not very interesting. A lot of people who played Assassin's Creed 3 didn't like it, thought that the changes to the franchise weren't very good, that Connor was a boring main character, that the game had too many bugs, that the side content was boring, repetitive, and didn't fit in with the game. And then again, when this game was announced it's going to be pirates and naval battles, they said, what the hell, there were already ships in Assassin's Creed 3, it's just more of the same. Well, I'm here to tell you that is not the case. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag kind of went back on a lot of the stuff that was added into Assassin's Creed 3 and actually refined things such as the climbing, which is now incredibly easy to control and much faster than in any other game. The combat, again, more refined, easier to control, more complex. You've got more tools and gadgets to use in combat than ever before. You've got a lot of fun side content, including harpooning, including investigating these tropical islands that are in the middle of nowhere, looking for treasure, trying to solve puzzles, going into these crazy naval battles, trying to hijack ships and build your own fleet. The content of Assassin's Creed 4 fits the game, which just in itself is dramatically better than Assassin's Creed 3. In addition to that, Edward Kenway is a really interesting protagonist. He's funny. It's interesting to see where he's going with his character, how he evolves over the course of the game, how he interacts with these people, and of course, as usual, all different kinds of twists and turns with the Templars and such. In addition to that, outside of the Animus, there's another character that you play who ties into that storyline from Desmond Miles and the Templars fighting against the Assassins, and that's really interesting too. So I really think that they did a good job with Assassin's Creed 4 of taking away the things people hated about 3 and refining the game and making it better. Problem being, I get the feeling a lot of people gave up on the Assassin's Creed series last year when Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't so good to a lot of people. So I'm here to tell you this. If you skipped Assassin's Creed 3, if you haven't played Assassin's Creed in a while, Assassin's Creed 4 is a great place to jump back into the series. Don't avoid playing it because you're so disappointed that there were too many versions of Part 2 and that Part 3 was not very good. You gotta try 4. In my opinion, Assassin's Creed 4 is the second best game in the entire line of Assassin's Creed games, probably with Part 2, the first installment, being number 1. Check it out. Don't miss it. One of my favorite games of the year. Alright, so this is it. We're down to the nitty gritty. What games made my top 4 personal favorites of the year? Well, the next entry is one that we haven't talked about for a while, but if you are a viewer and fan of mine, you probably expected it to show up. Check it out.